Good day, everyone. We are the Group 8, and now we present to you the topics talk about define ecological literacy, explain the environmental literacy, ecological literacy, and eco-literacy, and lastly, the greening initiatives in college and universities.
So, what is ecological literacy? Refers to individuals' understanding not only of ecological concept but also of his or her place in the ecosystem by Mena and Allison, year 2009. Ecological literacy is meant to enable conscious and participant citizens to make informed decisions or take action on environmental issues. By Jordan et al., year 2009.
And next, who is the environmental philosopher that introduced the word ecological literacy? The term ecological literacy was first introduced by David Orr in 1989 in his essay named Ecological Literacy. He indicated that knowing, caring, and practical competence from the foundation for ecological literacy. He also pointed out that the root of environmental crisis is the individual's inability to think about ecological patterns, systems of causation, and long-term effects of human actions. Concerns about enhancing ecological literacy by McBride et al. Year 2013. The first one is the role of scientific knowledge and ecological thinking in identifying cause and effect relationships in socio-environmental systems in order to allow more enlightened decision making. The second one and last one, the primary pedagogical goals are cognitive and experimental. In this, it differs from the broader concept of environmental.
5 ways to develop ecological literacy. First is develop empathy for all forms of life. At the basic level, all organisms, including humans, need food, water, space, and conditions that support dynamic equilibrium to survive. Number 2, embrace sustainability as community practice. Organisms do not survive in isolation. The wave of relationship between any living community determines its collective ability to survive and thrive. Number 3, make the invisible visible. Historically and for some cultures still in existence today, the path between a decision and its consequences was short and visible. And 4, anticipate unintended consequences. Many of environmental crises that we face today are the unintended consequence of human behavior. For example, we have experienced many unintended but great consequences of developing the technological ability to access, produce, and use fossil fuels. Number 5, understand how nature sustains life. Ecoliterative people recognize that nature has sustained life for eons. As a result, they have turned to nature as their teacher and during several crucial times.
And that's the end of this first report.
We are the reporters for the second topic, which is environmental literacy, ecological literacy, and eco-literacy.
Frameworks for eco-literacy exhibit a high degree of similarity with frameworks for environmental literacy, in that both sets include similar affective, knowledge, cognitive skills, and behavioral components. There is a high degree of similarity between frameworks for eco-literacy and frameworks for environmental literacy. Both of them include similar affective, knowledge, cognitive skills, and behavioral components. However, what most differentiates ecoliteracy from environmental literacy is the clear emphasis of sustainability and the introduction of spiritual, holistic components, expressed in terms of celebration of creation or 1992, spirit and reverence for earth, Capra, 1996-2007, and expansion of the soul, Wultershon, 2004. However, meron din namang pagkakaiba between ecoliteracy and environmental literacy, tunad na lamang sa pagsusustain and the introduction of spiritual, holistic components. Hindi lamang yon, pati na rin sa pag-express in terms of celebration of creation, spirit, and reverence for the earth and expansion of the soul.
An ecoliterate person is prepared to be an effective member of sustainable society with well-rounded abilities of head, heart, hands, and spirit, comprising an organic understanding of the world and participatory action within and with the environment. Bilang isang ecoliterate person ay dapat maging prepared tayo na maging epektibong miyembro of our sustainable society with well-rounded abilities of head, heart, hands, and spirit, comprising an organic understanding of the world. At bilang ecoliterate person ay dapat nakikiparticipate tayo sa mga actions sa ating environment.
We have a table here to show the differences in terms of environmental literacy, ecological literacy, and ecoliteracy. In environmental literacy, sa general conceptions of environment, ay problem field of values. Sa dominant educational objectives naman, ay we can develop our problem-solving skills from diagnosis to action. We can develop a system of ethics, and we can also adopt environmentally responsible behaviors. Sa primary pedagogical approaches, cognitive, problematic, affective, moral. Examples of strategies, case study, issue analysis, problem-solving project. Analysis and clarification of values, criticism of social values.
The second one is ecological literacy. The general conception of environment is object of study system. The dominant educational objects is acquire knowledge of ecological concepts and principles, develop skills related to the scientific method, observation and experimentation, develop system thinking, analysis and synthesis, understand environmental realities and view of informed decision making. The primary pedagogical approaches, cognitive, experiential. So we have example of strategies. First, observation, demonstration, experimentation, case study, environmental system analysis, construction of ecosystems model.
And the last one is ecoliteracy. In general conception of environment is shared resource for sustainable living area. Sa dominant education objectives naman ay promote and contribute to economic development that addresses social equity and ecological sustainability. Second, develop the many dimensions of one's being in interaction with all aspects of the environment. Third, develop an organic understanding of the world and participatory action in and with the environment. Primary pedagogical approaches: cognitive, pragmatic, holistic, intuitive, creative. And examples of strategies are case study, social marketing, sustainability consumption activities, sustainable living management project, and immersion, visualization, and creative workshops.
Now let's discuss about Greening initiatives in colleges and universities. Number 1. Green buildings. New buildings in college campuses can be constructed in accordance to sustainability principles and methods. Solar panels, water recycling, rain barrels, and recycled materials should be used for construction. Gray water system and passive lighting should be used. In older buildings, green initiatives for college campuses can be retrofitted to lessen the use of conventional energy for heating and cooling purposes. The dorms can have at least a few solar panels as an environmental friendly measure. Number 2. Environmental degrees. Colleges must teach subjects which would help the students to understand and work in the field of environmental conservation. Sustainable agriculture methods can help future farmers to farm without the use of pesticides and chemicals. Natural resources conservation and environmental humanities are examples of programs which can empower young people to innovate and implement eco-friendly strategies. Number 3. Transportation. Students can make Green Campus Project, which is to spread awareness about eco-friendly transportation, not only on campus but also outside. These activities will spur the interest of students towards a green lifestyle. Walking, cycling, etc. are healthy exercises which will keep them healthy. Number 4 is energy supply. Colleges need a lot of energy to run their services. One of the green initiatives for college campuses is to start using sustainable energy to supplement their energy needs. Solar panels, water power, and wind power projects can be an investment which would pay off in time. Number 5. Composting program. A green campus project could be a composting project. This program should be more than just composting the waste food from the dinner halls and kitchen service. Students must be aware about contributing towards the composting project when they eat in their own dorms too.
Number 6. Colleges should be reimbursed for green efforts. Some green-minded colleges offer reimbursements in the form of mini discounts in the cafeteria. If the students bring utensils such as mugs and plates for the cafeteria food, using their own utensils would reduce single-use disposable which pollute the planet. Students can also be offered discounts for purchasing recycled paper or recycled paper products. Number 7. Most colleges have huge tracts of land. A colleges which serious about going green should cultivate organic farming and using the produce in their kitchens. This kind of sustainability activities might entail the participation of students who might learn how to create healthy meals. Right from growing pesticide-free, chemical-free food, activities such as organic gardens will also teach students how to create their own organic farms or gardens later in life. Thus, one of the green initiatives for college campuses would be organic farming. Number 8. Recycling. There should be recycling bins which should be kept in abundance all over the campus, as it would make it easier for students to give materials for recycling, refills of pens, paper, cardboard boxes, clothes, plastic items. College should be encourage recycling to the utmost. Number 9. Water bottle refilling stations. One of the most important and best green initiatives for college campuses is to install water bottle refilling stations. Plastic water bottles are one of the most hazardous items for the environment. These have choked up the oceans and the landfills, creating a huge problem for the planet. Plastic takes hundreds of years to break down and remains in the environment for years. Students can buy steel water bottles which they can carry around and fill from time to time from the refilling stations. This would drastically reduce the use of disposable or single-use plastic bottles. This habit of carrying water in reusable bottles will lower the number of plastic bottles being used in campus and off campus. Number 10. Cutting ties from companies which deny or dispute climate change. One of the sustainability activities which is important to send the message out is to cut all ties from offending companies. Colleges must take proactive action to inculcate green living ideas in students by taking eco-friendly steps to protect the environment. Eco-friendly curricula, recycling, reusing, sewing LED lights, reducing water usage, and other initiatives will form green habits in students which they can continue even after they complete their studies.
And that's all for this lesson. Thank you for listening.